39th anniversary. That too. No, it was Saturday. Thanks.
Thanks, Gary.
Okay, at this time, I would like to bring us out of executive session. And we do have some action that needs to be taken. And Commissioner Lloyd, you do have a motion, please?
I do. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to provide this recommended amended agreement for the city of Rock Springs, Wyoming, city of Green River, Wyoming, Sweetwater County, Wyoming, Combined Communications Joint Powers Board Agreement.
Thank you, Commissioner Lloyd. Is there a second?
Yes, I will second.
Second by Commissioner Toman. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. This agreement will be forwarded to the two mayors as well as the legal representatives of the two cities. Those should receive it by email as instructed by this board through to Mr. De Leon, the Assistant County Attorney for Sweetwater County. Any more business, commissioners?
Our reports.
Thank you. First up is Commissioner Toman.
Yes, I'll make it brief, but I did attend the governor's task force on the Colorado River. I think it's really important that we stay connected to what's happening. The state engineer's office was there and did a very good job of outlining all of the everything that you could possibly know about the Colorado River and the compacts and how it affects Wyoming. The main thing is they're trying to get a unified way of measuring consumptive use. And Wyoming, they feel that we have the most accurate system. The other three states in the compact have a different system. And so they're trying to get everybody on the same page for that. And I think that's very important as we go forward, especially with the droughts and where curtailments may eventually be called on the river. Those with the youngest or junior water rights will be the first affected. So curtailment is based on post-Colorado compact use. It was an all-day meeting. It was very powerful and there was a lot of information, but I'm really excited that the state of Wyoming is really fully engaged in defending our positions and making sure that whatever is done through that Colorado compact, because it comes up for rewrite next year, that our positions are protected. I attended the Rock Springs Chamber of Commerce Christmas dinner and program with Butch Cassidy's great nephew. So that was very interesting. So thank you to the chamber. I will be attending their executive board meeting Thursday just to get their ideas on things they think are important in the county. I've been attending budget sessions. I won't go into that. I did the Zoom meeting with the White House interagency meeting for coal impacted communities. Lauren would have a fuller report on that because I think she attended the meeting on Friday. Airport board, I missed it because I was on the Zoom meeting, but I did meet with Chairman Walmsley, and I will try to get a letter prepared for the January meeting based on the comments of there is a possibility of having our subsidy for commercial airlines coming into Rock Springs is at risk right now with the governor and the legislature. So I think it's important that we send a letter and let them know our position. Coalition of Local Governments, we met last Thursday. We have been reviewing the federal plans for the Ashley National Forest, the Flaming Gorge National Recreation Area. And we did discuss the Bureau of Land Management finally released their oil and gas report on November 26th. So we will be reviewing that also as a coalition. So that is my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Toman. Commissioner Lloyd.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll keep this brief. First of all, go Pokes as they currently lead in the fourth. So excited for that. At first, I was excited to announce I was going to go watch the game at home, but we've had business go on. Want to just make it quicker today, but I do want to just reach out and thank the different folks and entities out there that have and there's too numerous to mention with the Wyoming Southwest Wyoming Resource Center, the Cupboard of Sweetwater County, Alicia Cook, insurance, the LaBus and Standard Motor guys, the firemen that have done so many great toy drives to help out the community to ensure folks have Christmas. So want to thank all of them. Had the opportunity on Saturday to do the pack out for hunger with Pepsi, and was glad to say in about 2.5 hours, we packed 60,800 meals with a group of volunteers. So that was pretty awesome. Great job for Pepsi for that. Lots of liaison work at Conservation District. Had a really interesting presentation on the infrastructure bill and how that would affect our county and the Conservation District. Library meeting last night. Want to hit a couple quick statistics that are important. Library cards, there were 175 new cards last month, but there are currently 30,598 total card holders in Sweetwater County. 19 children's programs were held for an attendance of 471, and over 810 people visited the Children's Discovery Center. So lots of good stuff going on with the library. The board was going to discuss the decision last night in executive regarding Jason Grubb's replacement as the director. I think we'll have that information in the next meeting because they after they made the decision last night, they were still going to make an offer before they can make an announcement. Also want to give I went to the 911 joint telecom meeting. I want to thanks to all the dispatchers for their work in helping with their toy drive that helped with the fire department, but otherwise a fairly normal meeting with no major issues to report. Also, just since we're talking 911, I want to thank all the dispatchers, our sheriffs, our police, our fire, our ambulance, and any one of our first responders that are helping during this holiday season. You know, while some of us get the days off, those are their busiest days of the year. So kudos and thanks to them. Lots of meetings, ambulance meeting with Rock Springs, the Washington, D.C. meeting we had last week. Lauren can report more on that. Intergovernmental meeting that Lauren led. Also had a chance to attend the Festival in the Trees. And want to thank Dave Mead and the light of the museum for the great display downstairs. Just a follow up from the committee we have for on the budget stuff. I have started reaching out to organizations to start doing some of the filling out of our new form. I'm really excited about the work that we've done in that committee. And lastly, just want to thank all of our employees, specifically a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And just say, you know, like what they do for us is truly appreciated. And I hope they know that I say that bottom from my heart. And I just want to thank all of those guys for everything, what they do. And then also to our constituents and just in the county in general, that just a big thank you and Merry Christmas. And I hope everyone has a great holiday and we go from there. So thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Lloyd. Very good.
Could I add something to his report? He did a special, tell him about your Wyoming 4 News.
Yeah.
I listened to it last night. It was very good.
I interviewed with YO4s for their Insight program and had a 30-minute discussion with Tom Ellis, and that aired last Sunday.
Very good. Thank you.
And Mary said it was really good. I didn't listen to myself because I'm really too critical, but I'm glad Mary enjoyed it.
Was the content appropriate?
Yes,
You know
sir.
what?
Very
Actually,
good.
I was really worried with some of our hot button topics, Doc, that it was really more cursory of educating people what the commission does.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
what are the responsibilities of a commissioner, which I think is really interesting because when I was on the campaign trail 3 years ago, I think the most frequently asked question is, what does a commissioner do? And so it was really more of an educational piece and some of the goals of the county and such. It was nice to do an interview that wasn't in middle of a hot button and crazy piece. So it was very nice.
Very good. And knowing you, I know you represented us all very well, and you made us all look like we work very hard from dusk to dawn. Is that correct?
Yes. Oh, he did.
Some days I feel like we
Some days.
Very detailed. I was
No.
quite proud of him.
Very good. I appreciate that very much. And I'm glad you're willing to do those things. Thank you, Commissioner. My report, I'm not going to repeat the same meetings that I attended with other commissioners. I do think it's important to let you know that I did attend the same Chamber of Commerce luncheon that Commissioner Toman did attend. It was very, very educational, and it was quite good to be there. The other thing too, commissioners, we've received an email from I'm going to say one of our neighboring counties anyhow. Generally for the legislative dinner that's in Cheyenne that we attend and meet with our legislators individually. They want to know if we're still on for February 22nd for that legislative dinner, just so we all know that are we in agreement that the cost of that dinner split between the 4 counties? You okay with that?
Yep.
All right, I will notify the invites that were players. The other thing, I did sit in on the NACO Community Economic and Workforce Development Steering Committee meeting, go over preparation for legislation and reviewing many of the goals for not only workforce, but also for community and economic development. The last thing I will report on is I did the Sweetwater County Water Users Coalition. Again, too, we had a great meeting. We talked about the Colorado River Users Association Conference that was in Las Vegas. And just a couple of highlights is probably the top issue was uncertainty. Everything was kind of uncertainty. And also that ties well into our report of the Colorado River Working Group, Governor's Group that met in Farson that Commissioner Toman was at. The high topic point brought to our meeting was consumptive use, real concern and that type of thing. So the other thing through the Colorado rivers was climate change was really discussed a lot, and that type of thing. Water runoff forecasting is something they want to really get into, and that type of thing, because there's that's not as accurate as they'd like it. Some of the initiatives that are going on in the lower Colorado basin, especially in Nevada, Arizona, and that is one of the things is what they call toilet to tap. In other words, recycling the black water through chlorination and everything, and they basically calling it toilet to tap.
Might cut down on the multiple shower heads.
Well, I don't know, but there's some communities back east that have been doing that a long time, very long time, and been very successful and have not been any issues. I think it's more the thought in the mind and that type of thing. The other thing they're really stepping up is turf removal in those areas, so they're not wasting water in irrigating those things. And then their biggest goal is to get personal water use down to 80 to 85 gallons per day per person in the southeast. And that's going to be interesting to see how they work through that. They did have a average 10-year running average of at least Ferry is now calculated at 88 million acre feet per second. So that's there. And again, like I say, keep those 2 terms: uncertainty, drought, climate change, and of course, what we heard, what Commissioner Toman heard at the working group was consumptive use. So our next meeting for the Users Coalition will be on the February 21st. This is our next meeting. Also, I gave each of you a packet of minutes and water report, and as well as some other stuff in there, graphs and that are pretty interesting. So you can go ahead and look at that. I'd just like to echo what Commissioner Lloyd said. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy New Year. Please be safe. If you're traveling with your families, come back to us safely. And keep in mind that there's a lot going on out there, and we need to appreciate what we have here, not only here in Sweetwater County, but in Wyoming. It's special, and we need to continue to preserve that. I'm appreciative of the people that we're able to work with, the people we're able to serve, because in other communities, I can't say they can say that because in those communities, there's violence, there's hate, and there's a lot of things going on that are not things that are Wyoming. So I want to just say thank you to everybody in the county, especially our employees. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Please be safe. Commissioners, anything more to come before this group?
Happy holidays, and maybe we'll have a white Christmas.
Yeah.
See you next
Maybe,
year.
maybe forecast doesn't look too good. Okay, anything else, commissioners? If that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I will make the motion.
We have a motion by Commissioner Toman to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lloyd. Meeting adjourned. Thank you. Be safe, Commissioner.